Why do students procrastinate? Why can't they just get started? What's the barrier to getting things done? If these questions sound familiar, then you're in the right place. I'm going to share with you the 4 systems that will help the student in your life get in gear without all of that nagging. Hello everyone, I'm Jessica, your new favorite academic coach. For today's video, I am going to use magnetic gears to model for you how students can shift their mindsets to get stuff done. This first gear represents the simple desire to get work done. The smaller gear represents the incomplete task. So for example, let's say that this small gear is an English paper. In an ideal world, that sincere desire would link up to the task and all of the work would get done. But that's not reality. Things always seem to get in the way. Friends, family, TV shows, video games, you name it. So what do we need to get in gear? There are 4 gears that, when aligned, will help in overcoming procrastination. The first gear is action items. Some people just call it a to-do list. Basically, your action items are everything you have to do to reach your goals. Many students today have online portals that they rely on to be told what assignments are due and when. A problem with this method is that the portal only tells students when things are due. It doesn't tell them how long the assignment will take. Now you can probably start to see how your student ended up pulling an all-nighter to finish that English paper, even though they reported no homework for the last 2 weeks. Tracking assignments is overwhelming, especially with the inconsistencies about where the assignments are posted and then where they're submitted. To stay on top of it all, students need a one-stop shop for all of their action items. Get this list out of the brain and in an area to help reduce distraction. Some students like to handwrite their list, and others like to have a running list on Google Docs. Whatever the case might be, make sure the student has somewhere that they are listing out and updating their assignments regularly. The second gear is the Pomodoro timer. Personally, I encourage all of my students to use the Pomodoro Technique. It works by setting a timer for 25 minutes and only working on one specific task the entire time. When the timer goes off, the student takes a 5-minute break. During this 5-minute break, they are supposed to walk away from the task and allow the brain time to process and integrate all that was learned. When the 5-minute timer goes off, the student goes back to the original task. And they repeat this process until the task is done. For this to be most effective, I encourage students to keep a pad of paper next to them during that 25-minute study time, so that when a new thought pops into their head, they can jot it down and get it out of working memory, and then continue focusing on the assignment. This timer is especially useful for writing those English papers, as it allows the brain time to rest and get creative in between the 25-minute writing time. The third gear is an accountability buddy. It's easier to get things done when we are around other people who are also working. An accountability buddy is someone who can support the student in your life by acting as a body double while they write that English paper. This person can be a parent, a teacher, an academic coach, a friend, a sports coach, a guidance counselor, or whoever it is the student can call on for encouragement, guidance, and support. Brainstorm with your student who might be a good accountability buddy for them as they start writing that English paper. Finally, the 4th gear is rewards. It's difficult to motivate ourselves to do the thing we don't want to do. And let's face it, most students do not want to write an English paper. Our brains have a reward circuit that helps motivate us to do things we might not want to do. But not everyone's brain works the same. Students with executive functioning challenges in particular need to build up their reward circuit. Rewards are a great way to get a task going. The more a student repeats a task and gets rewarded, the more automatic that task becomes. When a task is automatic, it's easier. By using rewards initially to get the brain working as desired, the rewards can slowly start to taper off. Talk to the student in your life about what might be a worthwhile reward for getting started on that English paper. If the student is involved in creating the reward system, then they're more likely to buy in and be successful. When all 4 of these systems are linked together, then the sincere desire to get things done is in full gear. Thanks so much for watching my video about overcoming procrastination. Subscribe to my channel if you want regular tips on how to support successful students. If you have any questions related to academics or school or study skills, please post them in the comments below, and I will do my best to respond as soon as possible. See you soon.